Hello, everybody. I want to show a quick video on how to make cauliflower rice. So, my local grocer had some cauliflower on sale, and it's a big box chain. And so I got 4 heads, and I regrettably didn't show one of them before I cut it up, but it's important that you cut it up into pieces that are going to fit into your food processor. I think you could probably use a blender if you wanted to, but it kind of gets in the way. The ground up cauliflower gets in the way. So that's step one, cutting it up. Well, washing it is uh, step one. I didn't remove a lot of the leaves. Um, Cauliflower is a cruciferous vegetable like kale, and you can eat the leaves. So I figured, what the heck? And so the next step will be to grind that up, or shred it, I should say. And I tried it actually on um, the other side, and I haven't used this food processor hardly at all. In fact, when I took out the 2 blades that came with it, one of them was still in the plastic uh, original packaging. So you want to do it with the shredding uh, attachment. Also helpful to have your stuff all set up. So yesterday I didn't have a bowl big enough, um, and you can see this is what was left over, and this is actually the finished product here, cauliflower rice, and you can see the little green things. That's the leaves. And my problem in vacuum sealing this was there's so much uh, water in it that I had to use Ziploc bags first, and I measured out a pound, weighed it, and then when I tried to vacuum seal it, the water came up into the sealing of the plastic, so that kept it from sealing. So by putting it in a Ziploc bag, taking out as much as I could by squeezing the Ziploc bag, and then sealing it with my vacuum sealer, seemed to work out pretty well, and you can see that. So that's the overview. I'll do quick little snippets so you can see just how the process works all the way through. Oh, one added thing, I got for 2 heads, I got 4 pounds of the cauliflower rice, and I was able to make a cauliflower crust pizza, and I'll show you that at the end. So it should go without saying, but you should always protect your fingers. Use all of the guards. Don't try to disable your food products or any kind of products with safety on them. There's people that have hurt themselves. As a former emergency department nurse, I can tell you people do get hurt using household equipment. So don't stick your fingers in there. Use the little thing to push it in. And I'm going to pause here and start the machine. What I didn't show, because it's hard to do this with holding a camera and to use everything that you're supposed to be doing, passing yourself the cauliflower. But cauliflower does fly out when you take the introducer out. So just be prepared that you'll get a mess, because you know how cauliflower has all those little pieces. Well, that just gets exacerbated and some of it will fly out. So it is a little bit messy, but not so. Be prepared to clean up. And the other thing is with these, the it collects on the um, the left side if it goes clockwise. So you'll have to kind of empty more frequently than what your cup will hold. All right, for the next step, what I did was I have these 1 quart storage Ziploc bags and a long handle spoon. You certainly could use a measuring cup, whatever you happen to have, and then dispense it on whatever the amount that you think you'll be most likely to use up kind of quickly in one recipe or another. So 4 of those spoonfuls heaped up got 1.1 pounds, which is a pound is 454 grams, and uh, so I think that will be good for making either cauliflower mashed potatoes or cauliflower rice, which is what this is actually called. Which I've never done either one. But I want to be able to try this. And the um, uh, as a crust for cauliflower pizza. So the final step before actually vacuum sealing it is to compress it down as much as you can and get as much air out of it as possible. This I'm not going to be able to do holding the camera, and as this is a cell phone, I don't have a tripod for it. So you're going to have to take my word for it that I hold down, and I'll show you before I do the food process, the vacuum sealer, how tight I got it. So not bad, pretty tight, but just remember that sealing out oxygen is one of the ways to preserve things pretty effectively, and as in the term oxidation. So I don't know how long this will last. That's part of this is experiment as well, and the um, but being able to use and eat things such as cauliflower mashed potatoes, which I don't eat. I haven't eaten a potato other than a French fry on vacation, and I don't know how long. Same thing with rice. Don't eat rice, but and I have missed pizza sorely for quite some time, and so you can vary up your diet using this kind of food without um, adding all of that starch in your life. When you want to make sure that your bags are the correct size to encompass this, and when you buy them pre-made, or in my case we buy them as a roll and make our own. So that's what this is doing now. Oop, hit the wrong button. There we go. That's the seal button. Okay. And if anybody's interested, I can show you how to do this on a separate video. But so there's a seal for one end. The tricky part to making the seal with any kind of sealer that I'm familiar with is getting these guides here, one layer of the plastic underneath and one layer above. So um, right along there. If you don't, then it needs that space as the vacuum. And then um, the problem was with, as I mentioned before, the if I just tried to vacuum. When you vacuum, it squeezes all of that cauliflower particles, and tons of liquid would come up and or water, and would not allow the heat to seal the plastic. So basically, this whole tray here got filled with water. Um, so I'll pause here and get it set up and start it again. All right, so the uh, lower level is underneath that black tab on both sides, and then you want to keep it kind of flat there. Put the cover back down and snap it in, and then you can watch it seal up. And it changes as the vacuum. I should say the sound changes. And that lets you know it's done. The reason I'm doing this with store-bought cauliflower is I am growing cauliflower and it's certified organic. And I thought I would experiment with a store-bought version first, rather than potentially taking some of my sellable um, cauliflower, and if it didn't work out well. So that's the reason. All right. And as promised, this is the cauliflower pizza that I made last night. And so this has got no tomato sauce on it. Uh, that's just happened to be my preference, mostly because I didn't have any sauce. And I mixed 3 eggs in about a pound of cauliflower rice, and a big spoonful of pork panko into to make a nice uh, batter. Then I spread that on, and I actually used a spatula like this, put it down and smoothed it on. And then I just added what I wanted. There's 2 pounds of cheese on here, mozzarella provolone, and a pound of not spicy, aged cheddar. There's some ground beef, sausage, and I had some chopped up green olives that I put on there too. So very low carbohydrate. And I'll show you. I'm going to try to flip this over. So that's the bottom of the crust. It definitely came out better on the edge. Um, the thing that with doing this was the heat. Typically, you do a pizza at 425 or 450. It started to burn. So I think actually a good baking temperature like 350 or 325 might be a little bit better for the cauliflower rice pizza. So I hope you enjoyed this. And please ask any questions if you have any. I'm more than happy to try to answer them. Although, again, this is the first time for me doing this. And I will have updates on how long the cauliflower rice lasted in the fridge. Thank you.